Discussion post and peer response to Chapter 2. Again, make sure you read the instructions, make sure you get good references, make sure you stay away from the blogs, make sure that you are getting mostly library resources and not going totally to the internet. If you do go to the internet, make sure that this article has appeared in a journal and is not just somebody's senior paper. You can't always tell if you go to the internet. Stay away from Wikipedia. You do not want to go to Wikipedia. Prompt: attempt to connect educational philosophy with some of the issues and practices found in schools today. There are a lot of different philosophies, and try to connect the different philosophies with issues and practices in the schools that are very common. For example, you don't have to use these, but if you don't use these, go ahead and tell me you're not going to use it and substitute it for something else, because I don't want you just talking about three things. Okay, which philosophies might support practices like ability grouping, cooperative learning, whole language reading? Some of you may not know what whole language reading is, especially those of you who teach secondary school. Those in teaching elementary probably have a lot of information or know a lot about whole language reading. High stakes testing or other practices like bilingual education, dual language education, and so forth. There are a lot of different practices in the schools that you could talk about. So talk about several of them and talk about which philosophies best match these different practices that you find in schools. How would you summarize these relationships? And so for each of these, now as far as the rubric goes, make sure that your reference list and your citations conform with APA. If I took off points for the first assignment, make sure you give me a call that we can talk it over, and make sure that you are reviewing APA. And even though you might have gotten it right the first time, you might not get it right the second time. So at least at the beginning, make sure you're double checking to make sure all aspects of your references and citations are conforming to APA. If you have any questions about this assignment, please give me a call.